Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Pandrea. In today's video, we are gonna go over a very visual color change. Now everybody loves color changes, and some people like visual ones, some people like slow, soft, magical ones. Of course, that depends on your style and how you like to perform, but it's always good to learn as much as you can. So in today's video, we are gonna go over the visual window change. Let's go. Now guys, before we jump into today's video, I've realized something. And it's that a lot of the times, a lot of things that I want to talk about and show you and perform here on this channel is not suitable to just put on this channel. So for that reason, I am launching alexpandrea.com. If you haven't signed up, go to alexpandrea.com, put in your email there because we're going to launch very soon. And there's going to be a lot of exclusive content that I cannot put here on YouTube, and I think that makes sense. So if you want to learn more about card magic, card techniques, harder sleights, my tips on all card magic, routines, performance tips, theory, and everything else that I want to share with you guys, that is going to be on my personal website, alexpandrea.com. Sign up and then come back and let's get into today's video. Okay, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we are talking about the window change. And what I like about the window change is that it's really just a variation on the classic color change where you have a card in your palm and you come here and you sort of wave. But basically the idea is you're taking a card and you're placing it on top of the other card for the change to happen. Now there's many different types of color changes, right? Where you have two cards back to back, you take one out, you add one in. So this is the version of the color change of placing a card from wherever it is, usually in your palm, onto there and making a change. Obviously, that's not good. If you do want to learn the classic color change, I've left the link below or here somewhere. I never know which way it is. I'm going to go with that way. Click there and you could learn the classic color change, and also I'll leave more links below of other videos I've done that might help in this video. So with that being said, the color change is as follows. In steps, you're palming off a card secretly and placing it in a position so that you can get it here, balancing it so that when you open up your fingers like that, it could look like the windows of your fingers are doing the change. So when you come here and then you open and close, the card will get shot from here to here. The color change takes place and you have a miracle. So easier said than done. This is not the easiest of color changes because you have to play around with a few things getting it into that position and then the angles. But nonetheless, we're going to take it step by step. First, we're going to palm off the card from the bottom of the deck. Now, palming off the card from the bottom of the deck, in this situation, you don't necessarily need to do it with all eyes on deck. And what I mean by that is that you'll see, because of the way that we are going to do the color change and talk and whatever, use our pattern, you don't have to do it perfectly right in front of the spectator. And this is a lot of times what happens in card magic. A lot of people think that they have to, okay, now I have to palm a card, everybody's watching me. Be relaxed, be confident, come down here to the side if you're feeling that it's too in front of the spectator's face, and we're going to learn to palm off the card, okay? So just keep that in mind when doing certain techniques like this. So palming off the card from the bottom of the deck, you're going to hold the deck in a sort of dealer's grip. Then your right hand is coming over like that and almost holding the deck like this in a sort of biddle position, you might say. The left hand's fingers are going to start to push the bottom card. So whatever, this deck is face up, so I'm using the bottom card as an example, but it's really the top card of the deck. We're using the bottom card to push out that one card just like that, and it's going to pivot into the right hand, which is above holding the deck like that, okay? Now, slow motion, how does that work? Here's the cards. Push out with the fingers, and you're going to try to aim the top right hand corner as you're looking at it onto the pinky. Alright, so the pinky is here. This hand is holding the deck like that, so it shouldn't move too much. Your fingers are pushing, 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 and you're going to keep pushing, and it's going to sort of swing around so it goes into the palm, and that's going to help by positioning the top right hand corner on the pinky, and because of that pressure, it's going to start to pivot out. Okay, so here, push, right, and work on your angles because you don't want this to be seen underneath. Push, pinky, and keep pushing until it's going to clear, clear, clear. And then as you move away with your hand, right, you're going to palm off the card. Now, of course, you want to know how to palm off the card so that it looks natural, but also you're going to want to know how to do it in such a way that you don't get that click. Okay, you don't want that click to happen. So I'm trying to do it here in slow motion. You don't want that click to happen. So you're gonna wanna play around with the timing of actually coming in with the hand, pushing here, and then moving forward or moving down with either the deck or the right hand to get it smoothly cleared out of the pack, okay? So once you have that all done, okay, and like I said, because of the situation of the routine and depending on how you're gonna do it, you don't have to do it in any such way of like, all right, now I'm gonna do a color change and start it here. The color change does not have to start until you get into this position. Okay, so while you have all the time in the world as you're talking to them, whatever, you're going to go ahead, palm off the card just like that. All right, so that's step number one. Step number two is getting from here to here and placing it on the left hand's fingers like that, and then doing the color change. All right, now it doesn't need to be from the bottom position. That's only because you're going to change that top card. But if you're more comfortable palming off the top card of the deck, then you can do that as well, face up. And like I said, this color change doesn't start until you get into the position, so that is up to you as well. Now the second part is getting the card from the palm into this position where it's gonna lever up and then be placed to not like that, be levered up and be placed to balance on the left hand fingers, where you can eventually do the change from there. So the card is palmed off right here in the right hand. You're gonna use your first finger to come around just like that and clip the top right hand corner of the card between the first and middle finger, and putting pressure just like that with the first finger, it's going to lever up the card so that it sticks out just like that. All right, so it's almost perpendicular with your hand. That's going to help because that's the position you're going to need to place it on the balanced fingers like that. All right, so this could be done while either moving towards the left hand packet, or it could be done at the side while you're just showing this, and then you do that, getting ready for it, and then come here and then get into it. So that's going to be up to you. So again, card is palmed. Let's get a good change. Card is palmed, just like that. As you show the card, your finger just does this, and be careful because this part, it could flash right here. That's why maybe I suggest doing it to the side or while you're here with the cards as cover. You're gonna come in, and obviously the angle is gonna be important as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Lever it up, and then you're gonna place it on the tips of the fingers, which are the middle ring and pinky of the left hand. So you're gonna place it just like that. Now from here, you're going to, with the right hand, cover. All right, now this is something that you're gonna want to either record yourself, play around with in the mirror so you could get the angle just right, but you're gonna want to be able to place your hand in such a way so that when you open and close the fingers, this card is not seen, okay? So if we come here, we can see that the card is not seen while doing that. It's obviously easy because I'm looking at the camera and I could see that. It's harder when you don't see what that person is seeing, right? So you're gonna wanna play with the angle and with the actual alignment from the eyes to your hands. That's very, very important. And that's probably the hardest thing from this because you really want it to make it look good. Another way to do it is instead of doing it sideways like this is to do it down like that. And that's another way that I like to do it as well, because then you can do it really, really slowly and have control more of the angles, just because you're used to this scenario more and it's more natural rather than swinging off to the side and doing that. But nonetheless, whatever you're comfortable with. So again, card is palmed off any which way that you want to take it. Lever it up like that and place it into this position as you put pressure now. And now you move your right hand into the position that it needs to be. Again, depending on how you look at it in the mirror, how you see it on your camera while you film it, you know which way that it needs to be and where you want your right hand, okay? Typically, I think that the middle finger is a good place to start because if you're just balancing it on here, your middle finger is right in the middle, you can open and close this pretty nicely, right? And keep that card from not flashing. Now all you're gonna need to do is do the change, and the change is just that, kicking up from the fingers, and you're kicking up the card from here to on top of here. All right, so one thing to keep in mind is that you do not want, after you do this, your fingers to go all over the place. You don't want to open and close, you don't want to move the thumb up and down. You want your fingers to be the same before and after the change. So look, my left thumb and the fingers will all go back to the same position from before the change, okay? So the timing of this is as follows. This is here, this is placed on the fingers, middle finger opens up like that, we're going to close and open, okay? So you want to make sure that when you close, that the whole card is being sort of covered, all right? So you don't want this to happen, because when you do open it, there is a chance of that being flashed, right? When it goes on top of the deck. So you want to make sure that when you close your hands, you see, the whole card is being hidden. Okay, so that's when the card could come out here, and then you can open up the window and perform the change. Okay, so boom, 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 and boom. And really just make sure that you get that angle down and the timing, and I think it's gonna look really, really nice. I want you guys to keep in mind one thing going forward after learning this, is that what kind of performer do you want to be? Do you want to be the one that does very visual type of magic, so things that change boom right in front of their eyes? Or do you want to be that type of performer that leans towards a more slow, non-visual change? For example, would you rather do a snap change, boom, and the card changes, boom, and the effect is done? Or would you rather take that card, show it, maybe do a top change, place it in their hands, and then take your time with the revelation and make it seem more mysterious than just boom, there it is. See, I fit into the category of the latter, and I want my card magic to feel more like a mystery than just fast hands and boom, something quick and visual. But that's just me. Of course, everybody has their opinion, and everybody's entitled to perform exactly how they want to perform. So like I said, the more you learn, the more you know, the better you are going to be. Now, a lot of the times with color changes, you can do it both fast, very visual, or slow and non-visual. That's going to be depending on your situation, your audience, and how you feel like you want to perform at that time. Because I switch things up all the time, so there is nothing wrong with that. If you found this video useful, do me a favor, hit the like button. That will help the YouTube algorithm, it will help my channel, and it'll help you. I don't know, makes you feel good. And also guys, subscribe if you haven't already, more content to come. If you haven't signed up for alexpandrea.com yet, we're launching very, very soon. What are you waiting for? And of course, if you're watching this at a later date, alexpandrea.com. Learn everything that you want in your card magic dreams and more. And thank you for watching. We will see you very shortly on the next video. Peace.